Hello and welcome back to Code with Petit Pois. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, thank you for coming back. In this tutorial, we will be looking at using Mux, which is a video API with Astro. Recently in their announcements, September 9th, they introduced Mux as an official video partner. So now we can use the Mux player, and we can also use the uploader as a solution for uploading videos. Now, Mux, you can create an account for free, and also there's options for billing, etc. So what I've done, I've added my account and I've uploaded a video. Actually, it's one of my videos from my Astro Bytes playlist on YouTube. And when you can get the you can generate access tokens. So once you have an account, you can create an access token, and I just want to be able to read I'll do both actually, read and write Mux data in the Mux video, save it, and I've got token ID and secret key, and I'm going to download that as a .env file. And this is what I want. Yes. So those keys obviously will be revoked at the end of the lesson. And the kind of thing we're going to look at is maybe making some sort of course platform similar to Game Dev TV or Teachable or even Udemy. Or there's another one called like Masterclass, or even Domestika. That's also a nice where they have courses. So that's kind of what we're going to be looking at. And I've had Lovable just make a very simple interface. So you have here the Astro Academy. We have this nice landing page where we have the hero section, and then we have all these different courses. And if we click on a course, we have the lessons and resources, etc. And basically it will track our progress, how many lessons completed, etc. So we can start by actually just making this landing page, and then we'll bring in we'll make a course page as well, and just the beginnings of making this application with Astro. So I've got Visual Studio Code open. I've got a thing called folder called Astro Video Platform. And what we're going to do, we're going to open our terminal, and we're going to say npm create Astro at latest, and the dot here, we're not going to use the agent mode. And we're going to create, we're going to use the basic. We're going to add the dependencies, and yes, we're going to make it repository so that this will be available for you to take a look at the end of the lessons. So as that's loading in, what else do we want? We're going to use Tailwind CSS, and what else are we going to use? We're going to use, we've got Daisy UI, we've got Daisy UI. You can see some components here. Do they have a dialog? some way. Oh, they have a nice progress bar there. That looks nice. So either that or we got Flowbyte. Flowbyte is good. They have a progress bar too. Because we're gonna obviously want to track progress. So that's that. And we also have Starwind. Let's see if they have that as well. Yes, they have a progress bar. Okay, so we might just do Starwind, because that's probably the easiest one I know. So yeah, let's go Starwind. So with Starwind, we need to copy this into our tsconfig.json file. So there it is. We add that. And then we say npx, let's copy that. And here we are. Okay. Just paste that in to the terminal. And it's going to ask us a few questions, and we're going to get it all set up. Now, it adds Tailwind, so we're going to, I'm using npm, so it's installing Tailwind, so we don't have to install it ourselves, separately, sorry, so that's all ready. So here we are. Excellent. So Starwind has been added. And first off, all we want right now is maybe a button, card, and progress. So we're going to say button, progress, card, and button. So that's what we want. And we will do that, that's fine. And clear the screen. And we'll go into our layouts file. And we will add the styling here. So we import at style/starwind.css. Okay. So now we're going to say Astro video platform. Actually, we'll take this out and we'll put it at the top here. So see const site title, and we will paste that here, and we'll put site title. So that's there. We're going to probably want some components, like if we take a look at our course here, we've got like a header, a nav bar with an icon and some links and a sign in button. So we'll probably want one of those and a nice footer at the bottom. So let's create that. So first of all, component header astro, and another component called footer.astro. And in our layout file, we'll import those two files. Import header from header.astro and import footer from footer.astro. So we'll just put those two here. Header. Even though there's nothing there right now, but we will do something very, very quick, because what's great about Lovable, even though it uses React, we can kind of take the elements of it, and let's see, so we've got the components UI, so the index file, the header is right here. Okay, so we copy this and we go into the header.astro, and we literally rename class to class name, sorry. So let's do Control F to find and replace with class everywhere. That's fine. So the link, it will change to a button, but we need to import that. So what we'll do, we will import button from at component /starwin /button. Okay, so the button is there, and the class we don't care about. We'll just say background blue 700. So the link here, what we're going to do, we're going to change this to an A and a href. That's what we're going to do. I'll just change that there as well. Change this here. Right now they will all just go to the same page, but you can obviously change that later. And there we go. So if we take a look, npm run dev, we'll see what we have. There we are. So we have Astro Academy, we've got a sign in button, and we've got the courses there. Awesome. So we haven't got the background and things because that's taking it from, but we can change this to our own colors. So we'll change background gradient from black to grey try that. See if that looks better. There we go. So we got bare basics of our landing page ready. Okay, now we can move on to actually making this work. Okay, so now we're going to make a another folder called content, and we're going to make a file called content.config.ts, and under content we're going to add a folder called courses, and we're going to add a course called intro to Astro.md. We're going to add some front matter, and we're going to say the title is Introduction to Astro. The slug is what we called it, intro to Astro. The description, an introduction to the Astro.js framework. Then we're going to add, if we go to, sorry, that's not what I want to do. So here we are in the Mux, and I have my video that I want to use. So I want to copy the asset ID and the playback ID. So I'm actually going to copy the playback ID. And I'm going to say video URL is this playback ID. And I'm going to say, I think that's all I want to say here. And here I just want to write introduction to Astro. Actually, we're going to make this lessons, and the first one is a title, introduction to Astro. Let's actually call the whole course Astro Beginner Course. Intro to Astro, and the lessons are the title and the video URL, which is the ID. So now we have a problem with our it's telling us we need to update our content.config file, and we're going to do that by going to astro.build documentation, and if we go to content collections, we're going to get a blob here. So we're going to go with source.content.courses, and so we have title, we have description, we have slug and lessons. Slug, which is a string, and lessons, which is an object with title and video ID. Here we go. We will add tags, which is an array. We won't add a permit link. We won't add student number, and we will add a level. That's a good idea, to add level. And the level is a string, so it could be beginner or say beginner. And what else? We won't put the duration. We'll get that from the thing. Actually, no, we could put the duration. Let's say duration is, I don't know, 1 hour. Okay. Okay, so we make sure that when we add we await the content collection. We should now be getting back the title, etc. But make sure you say data, course.data.level, title, description, lessons, etc. And the duration. And yeah, we're going to take a look. And here it is. Astro beginner course, introduction to Astro framework, 6 lessons. So if we look at our content config here, intro to Astro, we've got, well actually this should say, let's say Astro dash beginner course. And we're going to rename that as well, Astro dash beginner dash course. Alright, so there we go. So this is a course with lessons. The video ID is the same, but I will change that. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lessons. Yeah. So here, sorry, I don't know what happened there. Close that because it's updated. We'll just regenerate. Okay, so there it is. So we've got the beginner, Astro beginner course, introduction to the Astro framework, 6 lessons. So now that we've got that sorted, we can press start course, but it doesn't go anywhere because we haven't made that page yet. So that's what we'll do in the next section. Okay, so here we are looking at the index page of all the courses, and the button here goes to courses / and then the slug. So now in the pages courses we have this slug.astro file here, and we're getting the static paths and the layout, and we're importing the collection and the entry. Now we're going to define where we're getting the courses from, which is the get static paths, get the courses. And then we're returning the courses and the slug. And if the slug matches the slug that we want, then we've got the course. And if not, it will go to a 404 page. Now the layout of the course, we're actually going to make our own course layout file, but this is just, we can make one here. We say course layout.astro, and what we're going to do is copy this main file we have here, copy that, and we're going to put that there, and this is going to be actually no, we're going to get rid of that. We're just going to put these 2 items here, and then we're going to put a slot. So then we're going to have that header section, sidebar, and then the last 2, div and main. Yeah, these 2. So that's all we're going to do. And then we're just going to change this to course layout, and that to course layout. And we're going to add const title astro.props, And we're going to have, actually, we don't need that. We're just going to remove this title here and change this course layout to here and here. So we will take a look at our local host, and when we click on the course layout we get all of that. Now we're getting that because we don't have, if we look at our layout file, we need to import all of these, so we will do that, and we will add header and footer. And we don't need the site title, so we'll get rid of that. So now if we take a look, we should see everything here. So we've got the exactly the same as the course page, the home page. And there we go, we've got the beginner course, we've got the course details on the left, all the different lessons, and then the overview on the right. And this is where we're going to put our Mux player. So if we do this, it's fine, the course layout is there. So instead of the, well, in addition to that, we're going to add this Mux player. So first of all, we're going to install this here. We're going to say, let's close this for now, npm I @mux/muxplayer.astro, and then we're going to run the dev again, and we are going to copy this Mux player and import it right at the top, and then we're going to get the Mux player here, and in just after the fragment here, we're going to say here, and the playback ID is going to be the course dot data dot lessons dot video ID. So we're just going to use the first one, and let's see what that looks like. And there we go. We have our video, Introduction to Astro. To code with Petit Pois. Sorry, let me just take that off. And there you go. So this is our Introduction to Astro file. And the video player works very well because we have the ID and it's a public, so that's why we're able to see it. So that all works very well there.